Hey there. So this request comes to us from Rob Yule over at cupofcoffee.com. Thank you, Rob, both for this request and for your support. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description box and buying me a cup of coffee. Thank you very much in advance. This is Yoyoka in Toronto in July of this year, I believe. She is performing Limelight with none other than Alex Lifeson of Rush. I'll give you a little more backstory after the video. Here we go.
Please welcome Alex Lifeson to the stage. Lifeson. Yoyoka on drums. What a time to be alive. I would like to welcome to the stage.
Well, that was cool. Now, I saw Rush back in their heyday. I attended both the 78 and the 79 Texas Jam in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. And Rush closed out the night in the 79 Texas Jam. And what struck me was so many things. I mean, I couldn't believe what I heard and saw from three men on a stage. But up to that point, I had been lukewarm. I was more of an AC/DC, Ted Nugent, ZZ Top, those kinds of hard rock band fan. And so Rush's music was a little more, I know some of you are going to say complex, but what I mean to say is it wasn't where I was musically. I wanted to rock the house and with the driving rhythms, and Rush's music is more akin to a beautiful compositions of the past with these huge melodies and themes, and I just simply wasn't into that at the time. But my bass player was, and he's the one that convinced me to go see them. And once I saw them, I was a hard and fast fan of Rush, and I thank him even to this day for having taken me to see that show or convinced me to go with him. And I saw Neil Peart's drum set on stage, and I thought to myself, that's not a drum kit, that's a city. He literally would get up and move, a dozen or more feet to play different and various types of instruments he had in that entire kit. It was a phenomenal show. The music was spot on perfect. The best sound of the day, easily. And there were some great bands there for that second Texas Jam. And yet they just were so good. So to see Alex have to deal with, and this is the first thing in my mind when I saw him with that Strat, was I thought, he doesn't normally play a Strat. Or at least he didn't back when I used to watch him. And maybe he does now, and I don't know it. But I'm assuming he, somebody handed him a guitar. And Rob said he saw that Alex had a problem, and I think I see what that problem was. I could hear it when he hit a couple of notes that were off key, and this happens with Strat all the time. I talked about this in another video with Mission Souls, where she tapes the nut or has a stretch piece of cloth over the nut at the top of the neck so that strings don't come out of the nut, out of the groove in the nut. And you'll see him put this high E string back into the nut. Now, I'm assuming that's what he's doing. I mean, maybe he's picking something out of there, or maybe but you can see the string is not broken. You don't see a broken string, and he'll do it again. He's double checking the depth of that groove where that string's supposed to sit.
Lifeson. Yoyoka on drums.
See him feeling that nut again right there? There's nothing more irritating as a musician to have the one thing that you truly depend on the stage fail you. So anyway, to Yoyoka's performance, right, and let's see if we can catch her. It was hard to gauge anything other than the audio, obviously, which also was not stellar. But still good enough to hear what she was doing. Let's see if we can find a spot where she's sort of in frame for a bit. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so it's my understanding that she was chosen to play this. I believe her and her dad were just visiting there to watch the show, and because they knew Tom Morello and his son, and Tom's drummer was having a difficult time with the song Limelight, and she volunteered that she could play Limelight, and when she did, Tom's drummer said, yeah, use her. So that's how she wound up doing this. So what a cool thing. Suddenly, after going to visit a friend of yours at a concert, you're playing with Alex Lifeson of Rush, Tom Morello. I mean, good grief, right? So tell me what you thought of this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you, Rob. I really enjoyed this. I really, really did. And I hope you all have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Bye now.